this too.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he's all right. Well, let me just say hello as we switch to the presentation here. So I appreciate the opportunity to take a few minutes here. I'm Barclay Brown. I'm the Americas Sector Director, and if you've been around INCOSE a while, sectors are something that's new. The world is now 3 sectors: the Americas, Europe, and Asia-Oceania. And there were 3 sector directors, one for each sector, that sit on the INCOSE board. So it's kind of a new organizational structure. I'm elected by the chapter presidents, so to represent the chapters to the board. So I hope to inspire you here for just a moment on some of the things, touch on some of the things that Steve said, in fact. So this is called getting the most out of your INCOSE participation. All ready? So it's an acronym. Engineers are good at acronyms, right? So NERVE, right? N-E-R-V-E. So networking, you got to have some nerve, see, to get the most out of your INCOSE participation. If you just sit there without any nerve, you're not going to get the most. So here's how you get the most. First, networking. And you could ask the question, are chapters still relevant in an online world? The picture here is from a movie called The Last Samurai, where Tom Cruise's character and Ken Watanabe's character are discussing whether samurai are still relevant in the modern Japanese world that the movie is set in. And the answer they come to is nothing could be more necessary. So in such an online world, perhaps in-person networking with people, nothing could be more necessary. Chapters are about who you know. You know, they say everything is about who you know, right? But I say it's about who you know and who you can get to know. Right? So chapters are about increasing who you know. You don't have to be stuck with who you know now. You can get to know other people, right? Chapters are an access to that. At the same time, networking can be networking, right? You don't have to just, it's not just net socializing, right? It's working together. So you may be familiar with INCOSE International Working Groups. There's 40 some of them now. Some of you may be involved in some of these at the moment. So this is one opportunity in terms of getting the most out of your INCOSE participation is joining one of these working groups. And you can actually join these working groups and participate even if you're not traveling to the International Symposium or something, right? You can participate wherever you are. In fact, there's a new angle to this that we're starting to promote called local working groups. And the WMA chapter is an ideal place to look for this. Imagine in the 900 some members in this chapter, how many are in a particular working group? Well, that little subset, that little cell, right, could be working together on work for the working group. So you're working together in person in a working group. So we're looking to kind of foster this and facilitate this and help these get set up. So that's another way to participate. All right, the E in NERVE, moving right on, is events. We just heard about SEDC, but there's a series of America sector events that are sort of mini conferences, just like SEDC, few of the primary ones, Los Angeles, coming up in March, West Lafayette, Indiana, the Great Lakes Region Conference as well. The one in, it was in Suffolk the year I went, the one down in Hampton Roads area was fantastic. Not promoted enough. It was fantastic. All of these, I think, in my opinion, are way too small. The program is excellent. The quality is excellent. There just aren't enough people coming. I say not enough. What I mean is there's a few hundred people coming. There could be 1,000 people coming. They're that good, right? So these are tremendous things to go to. They're not expensive. If they're not too far away, figure out how to get to these. I mean, it's great. All right. Moving right along. The R in NERVE, recognition by certification. So what's certification all about? Well, I thought I'd show you just one chart about certification. This is the current population of certified systems engineering professionals. Now, this is quite an interesting shape of a curve, isn't it? You see there's a trend there. It's getting steeper. So do you think that someone who becomes a CSEP at this point in time versus someone who becomes a CSEP at this point in time, for which person is CSEP more valuable? I think this one. Because the more CSEPs there are, the more CSEP is known, the more it's an accepted credential. You know, when I became an ESEP, what, a year or so ago, or so, a couple of years ago, guys, now, I was one of about 100 or something. Now I'm one of about 163, so it's increasing. But, you know, one of 100, that sounds nice, but nobody knows what ESEP is. They still, 163, nobody really knows what it is, right? So the value is going to increase the more of us that participate. So some of you are sitting there late in your career saying, I don't need certification, I'm a big senior something or other. Yes, but it would help the profession. You know, John Thomas told me he got certified as an ESEP because it would help the certification program. It would help enhance that. See, so it's a way of giving back. All right. The V in NERVE, volunteer. It's a great quote by Albert Schweitzer here that you're finding how to serve. Volunteering is about serving, and you just heard a few opportunities. I've surveyed people and asked people why they volunteer in INCOSE. 3 main reasons: to grow personally, to make a difference, they see something where they could help, or just they want to serve, they want to help, they see some place where they can help. And one of those 3 may appeal to you. Any of those are valid, that's great. Find a way to do it. You can be on a committee, technical leadership, meaning leading in a working group, idea leadership, or organizational leadership. Now, you can't just volunteer to be a chapter president, but what you can do is volunteer to run. There's no shame in that, right? Say, yeah, I'm willing to run. you know, I'm not, I may get elected, I may not, right? But volunteer to run. So it's fantastic. Talk to Steve, knows all about that stuff. All right, finishing up here. The E, express yourself. Here's your resume, your name, your education, and experience. What's missing there? Anybody want to guess? What goes in there? What do you suppose goes in there? Publications, all that stuff that you've done, presentations and publications. Now, how do you do that? Well, this is how you express yourself. So this is part of getting the most out of INCOSE. You can write stuff. If you're early in your career, you can collaborate with others, work with other people, co-author. If you're late in the career, you want to provide your expertise and your thought leadership. So write, present, you know, present things at conferences and that sort of thing. That's a tremendous opportunity and easy to do. Present at the chapter meeting, you know, things like that. All right. So that's how you get the most out of your INCOSE presentation. So again, thanks. You guys are doing a fantastic job at WMA. So thanks for a few minutes, and go on to the next part.
Thanks, Barclay.